So I got time. I'm gonna tell y'all a story about how I found out my boyfriend was DL and how my breaking my charger was the worst thing that could have ever happened to me in my life. So remember my older cousin Deborah, the one with the daughter Margot, who she thought I turned? It's in another story. Go check it out. But she was having a 52nd birthday party. So my sister and I, we show up dressed to impress. Dresses fitting just so right, looking good. My dad was like, "Why y'all come up here with socks on?" So my sister took a picture of me posing in front of my cousin's ice sculpture like Whitney Houston. There's a point to this. Trust me. I took that picture and I put it up on my Facebook. I left it. It got a ton of likes and a few comments. So let's get to this charger situation. I was staying with my father and I wanted to have my own place so badly. So I took all the money that I had and money that I didn't have and pulled it together and got my own apartment. I spent everything. So when my charger broke, I didn't have a charger anymore. I didn't have a life anymore. Around this time, I was in my early 20s. I need my phone. So I tried to get one from somewhere and I ended up making it out with one, but I didn't get the correct port. Yeah, this is not even something that I do. I don't do that, but I was desperate. When I found out that I had the wrong port, I was, oh my gosh. So I went on Facebook just swiping through and I go to my comments underneath that picture of me wearing that dress next to the ice sculpture. And this guy who was going to be my boyfriend in this story, let's call him Steven. Steven commented under there saying something about my body or whatever it was. And I was like, I'm bored. So I wrote him back and said, like, who are you? And he messaged me. And from there, eventually we went out to get something to eat. Now, I discovered when we were out to eat that I wasn't really feeling him all like that. Right? In fact, when we were out to eat, he's the one who I said, I had a nigga tell me, who said, "Yeah, I got a baby mom, we cool, but you trying to help me kill her?" So at that time, red flags didn't mean anything to me. I was colorblind because I was just having fun. So we left the restaurant and he goes to plug in his phone charger. I find out that he has the same phone charger as me. Now, I told you I ain't had no money. So I'm like, oh my gosh, you got the same phone charger as me. Keep in mind, my phone is literally on 12%. He like, yeah, you want to use my phone charger? I said, yeah. So we sat in the car, in my car, with me charging my phone for like an hour and a half talking. Now, mind you, I'm charging my phone. But as I'm talking to him, I think he's lightweight cool. But one thing about him that definitely stood out was how he turned on, that song by Bill Withers, Lean on Me? He turns that on and he's in the passenger seat about to cry. I'm like, this nigga got some depth to him. He played it like twice. I should have known better. I'm trying to get this video in 10 minutes. So time passes. He and I go on a couple of dates. I don't give him none. None. You hear me? Until we go to a party of his friends. Let's call his friend BJ. BJ's got a birthday party going on over on the west side. So he got his girl there. She got her daughters, kids running around, people running around, it's alcohol, to your heart's content. Steven's being very hospitable. He's getting me drinks. He's waiting on me like hand and foot. And I'm feeling like, oh, niggas don't usually act like this around their guy friend. His guy friend is like hugged up with his girl. And she goes, let's sing happy birthday for him. And everybody sing happy birthday, da da da. And then yeah, 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 yeah. Now they're still hugged up. So Steven grabs me and starts making out with me. I was done. I barely could feel anything. So at some point, he and I end up hooking up officially. We make things official between the two of us. Now he invites me over to his house, and we are on good terms. I'm like, I'm surprised this is a decent relationship. Like, I just thought this was just something to do, right? It was just for the charger. I'm at his house, and he says that he's getting calls from his baby mama. And I'm like, dang, what's wrong? He like, I just took my son outside to get in the car with her, and now she calling me over and over again. I don't know what the problem is. So I'm like, and pick it up. He's like, oh, I wasn't trying to be rude to you. I'm like, that could never be rude. Like, I'm not on that disrespecter. Like, pick it up. He picks it up, and she's on the other end. He looked like, this why I didn't want to pick it up. I say, okay, well, she's going on and on about how he's gay. I'm like, gay? He's like, just hold on, just hold on. He's like, nah, what are you talking about? She says that the son said he kissed him and he's gay. He said, what, man? No, I ain't kiss him. I kissed him on the forehead. That's not gay. I'm a dad. I'm allowed to love my son. Just because I'm black, that don't mean I can't love my son. She like, come outside. So he goes outside and they talk for a little bit, and she flips out because my car's in the driveway. I'm like, this might be a situation where I need to leave. That's why I tell him when he gets back in the house. He's like, nah, she ain't gonna do nothing. She always act like that. She just don't want me to have a life. So then the baby mom calls back again, and she says, take your son, because you just don't want to hang out with him because you hanging out with her. He's like, what are you doing? I just had him all weekend. Blah, 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 blah. So fast forward, Steven and I go back over to BJ's house. At this time, I told y'all I was strapped for cash, and the job that I was working, the retail job, wasn't paying me money. So I started selling candy. So he's staying with me at this time. We done been together for about 8 months. Before he goes over to BJ's house one night, he tells me that BJ wants to buy some candy from me. I tell him, did you let him know the price? He says, yes, he's fine with the price. It ain't even that much. I said, okay, cool. So BJ pays him when he goes over there with the candy. Pays him, he comes back, he gives me the money, no problem. The next night, he tells me the same thing. Now, we're both about to go over to BJ's house. He tells me the same thing. BJ wants to buy some more candy. I said, oh, okay, that's what up. He must be feeling the problem. So I pack up some candy and we go over to BJ's house. BJ is in the kitchen with his overgrown, like huge. His mother is like about to touch the ceiling. Tall mother. This is important. So we're drinking and we're eating candy and vibes is normal. BJ's girlfriend or baby mom or whatever at the time, we find out that she was pregnant by BJ, comes in the house. So pause real quick. A couple days before this night, I took Steven with me to a military brunch. He was telling me on the way back from the brunch about how he was upset about BJ being trapped in his relationship with his girl. He said that she got herself pregnant by him. I'm like, you seem a little too invested. You know what I mean? They're both involved with one another. He lives with her. Like, I think they're together. He like, no, he don't like her like that. I let it go. So play. The baby mama walks in about 2 hours into us kicking it. And she has her three little girls with her. They go in the living room and she's just giving Steven real dirty look. I'm sitting up here like, what's about to go down? So she's over in the corner talking to BJ. They're kind of like whispering with one another and they're eating candy. So BJ randomly comes up to me in the middle of the floor and says, this candy is trash, just so you know. It ain't worth a damn. This is mid. This ain't even loud. It ain't worth the price that you're selling it for. I said, you just bought it yesterday. You ain't had no problem with it. You just bought it again. You're a returning customer. He like, nah, this is trash. This ain't worth the money. He cussing, carrying on. Now, BJ is tall just like his mother. So I spend like what must have been 10 minutes in the middle of the floor with the most calm demeanor, telling him, hey, listen, if you don't like the product, don't buy from me no more. He's yelling and screaming at the top of his lungs, acting like he about to box me. I look over and this nigga Steven is just sitting there on the cooler. So anyway, the baby mom ends up leaving. He calms down. I'm talking to the mom about the situation. She's excusing his behavior, talking about, well, it does seem like it's a mix between loud and mid and blah, blah, blah. I said again, if y'all don't like the product, don't buy from me no more. I'm not the person. I'm not the supplier. I'm just the fucking footman. As I'm talking to BJ's Amazonian mother, I glance behind her big body and I see BJ and Steven shake each other up. You know that shake where you shake and you grip and then you pull each other close like that? They did that. Grip, pull each other close, and nigga, I heard the lips smack. Not one time, but 2 times. Part 2.